streaming. All right, we are live. Copy.
Quickly go to the Telegram. Paste it in the Telegram.
Okay, and then close the Telegram. Okay. So, quite a lot I want to talk to you guys about today. Like I said, Monday morning, or well, Monday afternoon rather. Welcome everybody. And just two things. Number one, Yosin, first one in. Thank you for coming. Number one, tell me how the aspect ratio is right now. Can you guys see it clear? Or can you guys not see it clear? Like, should I zoom the chart to the right? Or should I, like, just tell me if it's good. If it's good, then I'm not going to change anything. But if it's looks long. Okay, hold on. Okay, how's that? Is that better or is that worse? I just want to make sure I do this right the first time so then everyone's on the same page the second time. You know what I'm saying? Looks good? Okay, this is it. We're sticking to this. Okay? Everyone's good? Worse? Okay, hold on. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. This is it. It's half and half. It can't be worse. How's that? Is that better? Everyone's good with that? It looks like shit. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Wait, I have a question. Is that better? Is that good with everyone? If I do a full screen? I know I can't see your messages. I'll fix that in a second, but is that okay? Is that better? I need updates in the chat. If okay, full screen it is. Okay, cool. This is what I'll do. Okay, hear me out. Okay, I'm gonna give me a second. Sorry, give me a second. Oh my god, who the hell is this? I don't care. Actually, hold on. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna quickly open volume mixer. Telegram desktop muted. Okay. So what I'm going to do is on my iPad, I'm going to open it up on my iPad so I can review your questions, and then I'm just going to have the full screen open. So this way, no one complains. You know what I mean? It's like the best of both worlds. So just give me a second. Let me just open up Pingu. Sorry, I can't see your messages. Pingu charts. Pingu. And Pingu live. And mute. Wow, there's an ad playing. There's no way I have to watch an ad for my own channel. That's crazy. Okay. Cool. There we go. Everyone's good. Everyone's happy. Okay. Anyway, so welcome to a Monday morning session. I want to talk about a lot in this session. I want to talk about the dog with the hat. I want to talk about meme coins. I want to talk about Bitcoin. I want to talk about the bar. I want to talk about Ethereum. I want to talk a little bit about NFTs. Nothing too crazy. Just my thought process happening in the market. So starting off with Bitcoin. Yes, we do have our favorite BART formation looking to play out as of right now. I personally don't like this formation, what's happening. This looks extremely bearish to me. This looks like we got the liquidity grab. We got the bearish engulfing followed by the liquidity grab. And now we are just getting the area of retest as resistance before we end up retesting once again the third test on 40.4. Have to be very careful about that on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does end up hitting 40.4, then yes, ladies and gentlemen, the smiley face BART will be looking to play out into 36K range. I showed you guys in 2 live sessions ago, I think, how to play BART formations, and they are extremely, like, again, very profitable if you can get them, but you don't necessarily want to focus too heavily on them unless, of course, this neckline, so right here on 40.4, unless that support zone is broken, then ideally that bar formation plays out. I don't want to scare you guys. I'm just giving you guys a realistic perspective. Now, going on Ethereum, it's a completely different chart. So once again, looking at Bitcoin, looks extremely bearish. Looking at Ethereum, looks quite good. Ethereum right now, we are actually seeing a very nice rally holding above the 9 exponential moving average. Over the weekend, I mentioned to you guys what I'm personally waiting for is going to be 24.29. I want to see that level actually end up holding as support. We only saw a 1 test confirmation. I usually like seeing a second or third test before that continuation. And this price action, like, really, guys, like, this isn't really worth trading, at least to me. This chop area, like, it's a guessing game, right? Like, realistically, it is a guessing game if you're trading into consolidation, mostly a neutral point like this. You can go long and then you get wrecked, and then you go short and then you get wrecked, and then you go long and you get wrecked. You see what I'm saying? Like, with these consolidation zones, this is not price action. This is not something we want to trade. We ended up taking the 20 exponential moving average retest. That was our first position on the Friday. The second position was on the Saturday, which was the wick retest right here. So we got pretty close to that. I told you guys we are looking for the breakout. If we can hold above, then yes, it's a continuation, but we don't hold trades on weekends. The reason why is because it's extremely manipulated. Now you guys can see why. This price action movement usually ends extremely choppy before you end up seeing any sort of move. So now with Ethereum, I'm still waiting for 24.29 to be tested. Once that zone is tested, we get the close above that zone, we get the candle close, then yes, we can start looking for a swing long position. You do not want to enter a swing long position at 2,500 when you are trading in between a zone, because if the level does end up dropping from here, you will get liquidated, because you have to account for two things. I'll teach you guys this real quick. So when you are trading in a zone like this, if you know that 24.29 was a very crucial resistance, so you can see that it was tested twice, so that on the third test it was a breakout, yada yada, we played it, whatever, but you know that level was a crucial resistance, then you know it'll act as a strong magnet. So if you enter here, for example, not only are you accounting for the fact that 24.29 plays, let's say your liquidation is somewhere down here at 23.60, somewhere down here. There's no way it'll possibly hit there, right? Wrong. Why? Because you're entering early, you're being greedy, you enter, the trade does end up dumping, now it's on 24.29. You're sweating because your liquidation is down here. Guess what? Market doesn't give a shit if the support zone breaks. We've seen huge daily, weekly supports break instantly. Market wicks you out, and then it continues higher. But that wick is what's important, which is why I tell you guys, if you are going to be trading, wait for candle closes. If you want to be aggressive, then please wait for the daily support at least to be tested. Then go ahead and do whatever you want. Why? Because if you enter on the daily support on the candle close, you are safe to know that you already survived a potential wick. If the potential wick happens already and then you see the candle closing up here, you already know that the danger of the wick has been completed and you can continue going about your day. Wicks are very dangerous, and a great example of that is the 20 exponential moving average. You guys remember, I told you, hey, we are looking for the 20 exponential moving average retest, but wait for the candle close. If you want to short, you can short into the 20 EMA. A lot of you guys did end up taking that short into the 20 EMA, but look what happened, right? I told you guys, okay, start taking your profits on the 20 EMA. We ended up closing our trade right here, but we did see that same wick is what I'm telling you guys. That same wick for people that entered the long immediately, they ended up getting wrecked. Why? Because they entered exactly on the EMA. We exactly saw the breakdown formation, got the wick, liquidated them, and then we had the continuing move. That's what you want to be very, very careful about. Ideally, you don't want to be trading something like that. And I know there's a few of you in this call that have made that mistake and have gone absolutely wrecked. So I want to point that out, is when you're trading wicks, please just wait for the level to play out, the level that is at play at 24.29. Doesn't necessarily have to play out. No, because if you look on the daily, we are still on the 9 EMA. But if you look on the daily for Ethereum, you will notice that, hey, the 20 exponential moving average hasn't been tested yet. That to me is a risk on factor. I don't want to risk a potential 20 EMA test. If the 20 was already tested, then sure, I can say, hey, okay, now we've got the 9, we've got the 20. It's a good long position. We're above a major support. That's my confirmation. I'm going to enter that position. That's why I tell you guys to be very, very cautious when you are looking for swing trading opportunities. You want to make sure that you can at least get the proper support zone retest before you enter that trade. That's my thought process on Ethereum. Nothing really has changed for me to give you an input about. Now, long term, I'm still focusing on the $3,600 Ethereum level, but that is on the medium term to long term. Yeah, I still think that zone will be tested at the wick high over here. But if you look at previous price action, it was extremely choppy. So just keep that in mind as you trade, is you want to get the best entry mostly when it comes down to swinging positions. That's just my thought process. We don't have a BART formation on Ethereum. We do not have a W formation on Ethereum. A W formation on Ethereum would look something like this. Is you have this breakout, a potential, a wick low, but then it would have bounced right here. We would have seen volume start to come in. This right now looks like a really lopsided W. It looks something more like this if it were to play, but at that point it turns into an inverse BART formation. W's on the 4 hour, usually you want to see a W, is you have to be above the exponential moving average. That's ideal. The W will play out then because you have that support retest. When you're using the EMAs as resistance, you're not going to see the same level of confirmation. So that's just something that you should keep in mind as well. Yeah, so in terms of altcoins, I know things are dead. Okay, yes, I'm also in this market. I'm also trading with you guys. I know Doge is up 1%. I know Hbar is up. I know Pepe is dead. Everything's dead. Realistically, yes, everything is dead at this current point. Why? Because Bitcoin dominance is still deciding what it wants to do. We had such a major drop. This was obviously we saw Ethereum have a huge rally, and this guy's again, it was a Friday. Like, it's not like, you know, where, oh my God, it's been a whole month and we're not doing, it's been like 2 days. Like, I get it. It's like, you know, the market's picking up and volume's there and you guys are all freaking out and you want to see those gains, but this takes time, right? So you can see that right now we're just in a consolidation on Bitcoin dominance. What I would like to see Bitcoin dominance do is, of course, we see another retest on resistance and then see that drop. And then ideally alt season would start. I told you guys alt season doesn't start until you see a 10-15% drop on dominance. Realistically, we've seen a 3% drop. And that gives you a perspective of how much altcoins can run. Speaking about altcoins, the only coin right now that's really running is Beam, right? We're up 11% on the day. I did end up taking profits on this, and I'll explain why I ended up taking profits and my whole thought process, yada, yada, yada. But I did end up taking profits on Beam. We've been holding since all the way down here at 0.01. I still think Beam is, of course, going to see a massive breakout after this consolidation zone, but there was opportunity cost, which leads me to my next point. The dog with a hat. Okay, let's talk about this. So dog with hat, I talked to you guys, I think what it was at, like down here. We were trading, I think this was last week. Yeah, was it January 10th? Pretty much, give or take. Yeah, it was about a week ago. We were trading right here at this zone. And I told you guys, I bought this meme coin a lot with size. And I explained to you why, how to spot things early, mostly when it comes down to meme coins in terms of volume. So the volume was definitely presenting itself for us to see that continuation. So that was the area of opportunity. We were live when it happened, and then we saw a huge breakout. I ended up profiting massively. I ended up taking all my profits, actually. And before I started this live session, we saw a huge drop from 34 going all the way down to 20. Even if you bought at 20, if you were, again, stuff like this happens, but if you were there available and you saw the drop, you were still up 50% as of right now from the wick low. So with meme coins, like, you got to be very careful, right? I'm not on meme coins like looking for the small 1 million, 2 million. Like, you guys see, like, the stuff that I already sent is nearly already either above 100 million or like Pepe is already at 500 million. Like, these coins are very well established, and the reason why I wait is because I don't want anyone to get burned out. I don't want anyone to get liquidated. And that's my biggest focus, is just protecting you guys. So when I talk about these coins, I know that, you know, sure, they're volatile, but it's not going to go to zero overnight. So, like, because they're on Binance or on all these big platforms, you're safe enough to know that, okay, then yes, you're okay. You know what I mean? So Pepe, for example, again, I'm still buying Pepe. I still have a ton of Pepe, actually, and I continue to hold it. And my entry is right here, like at the 12.42 zone, like on the support. So I'm down a little bit, but not too much for me to care. But the reason why I still hold Pepe is because I genuinely think after this consolidation, this long consolidation, that we're going to see a breakout. And when it breaks out, when it gets near all-time high, it's going to go really parabolic. And a lot of people right now see that as Ethereum, because you guys saw when Ethereum rallied, if you paid attention, when Ethereum hit 2,700 that day, Pepe went up to 15, and you guys saw I took a long position on Pepe at 12, but that's exactly why I played it. Is when you see the volume come into Ethereum, the coins you want to pay attention to are the ones that follow Ethereum in volume. And it was not Doge that followed Ethereum, it was Pepe. Doge didn't do anything really. Like, this trade happened before. This was a trade on Ethereum. Like, we didn't really see too much of price action on Doge. Why? Because it's already established. It takes a lot more to move this coin, but you can take a little bit more risk on Pepe, right? There's a little bit more risk on these kind of coins. But again, that's just my opinion. I genuinely think that this would be the coin in terms of a bull market where for a meme coin on Ethereum blockchain to rally. There's two coins on Solana blockchain that rally, right? So number one is Bonk. It saw a huge price action. Number two is Dog with Hat. So these are the two that are running Solana right now. There are a ton of coins on Solana that see some massive gain opportunities. But again, those are just gambling coins. If you want to gamble, go to the casino. If you really want to gamble, then sure, go for it. But understand the risk of buying those Solana meme coins is you buy them and overnight they could go to zero. It's zero or hero, and that's not a game that personally I would like to play. So I stick more to the technical analysis, but I do point things out for you guys because there are areas of opportunity for everyone, just like Dog with Fat down here. This was the buying point when I told you guys in the live session. I think 2 live sessions ago is when I mentioned it, when I'm like, hey, I bought a bunch of this. I messaged in Telegram as well that, hey, I bought a ton of this. And I sold right here on this wick right here. Did it continue going higher? Did I miss out on like 300 grand? Sure. Does it matter to me? No, because again, it's a zero-sum game. I know what I'm buying and I don't want to hold it for too long. Just like Pepe, you guys always ask me, oh, what's your exit on Pepe? Realistically, if Pepe, it depends. Like if Pepe right now, like let's just say today, for example, Pepe sees a massive rally for no reason. Like again, like this right here. So this is a perfect example. Pepe was trading at 12. And then all of a sudden, it saw a massive rally in one day, right? It went from 12 into the highs of 17 into the resistance of 19. If that happened, I don't care. I'm selling all of it. If Ethereum is going down and Pepe all of a sudden starts picking up, I'm not comfortable holding my swap bag for long term. I would much rather turn into an intraday trader and start exiting those positions. That's what I did on Beam this morning, right? So Beam, for some reason, Ethereum wasn't moving. The whole altcoin market wasn't moving. But all of a sudden, Beam started to break out. And I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. So I sold literally on this wick. I sold exactly here. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm not trying to hold this because the price action, although it's consolidating, that price action seemed a lot more manipulated. That or a huge whale bought in. And this price action right here was when a huge whale bought in. So that's why I was like, hey, I'm probably not going to end up holding this, right? Because it fluctuates a lot. So I don't really like that. So that's why I was in and out of the market. But yeah, it's just my thought process. And I know I said I'll talk about NFTs in a second, but that's going to be going a little sidetracking. But I'll explain my whole thought process here for you guys. But right now, I'm just going to quickly read the chat because there's quite a bit of you guys. Okay, so good right now, bull flag on ETH. So yeah, flags on ETH. I don't really trade flag patterns on Ethereum or anything really because they're a lot more manipulated. You can always change up the triangle yourself. Like I personally don't like trading something like that, right? Like a lot of traders they'll be like, oh, okay, well, this is the wick high, and then this is coming in from the bottom, and they'll be like using it as support. But like, let's say it breaks the wick, right? So let's just say it breaks the wick from here. Then they'll just be, oh, oopsie, and then they'll just do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, wait, what's the point of that? Like, why are you? I don't like trading something like that. And I have seen, there's been massive formations on triangles play out before. And, I've just kept note of it. Why? Because the general public, like every other monkey was trading it. I was like, all right, cool. So if everyone else is doing it, I'll just make note of it. I'm not going to trade it. I'm just curious how it plays out, right? And that's why there's so many times where it was manipulated in terms of wicks. I'm like, how can you possibly trade something like this if it's going to wick so much, right? And I'm not saying if it works for you, then that's great. But me personally, my trading style is just naked price action. I look at the chart and I just I give you guys my levels, and you guys have seen it works out pretty damn well, right? Like it's not like I do something special. Like what I talk about here is what I look at when I'm looking at charts as well. There's nothing I teach that's super like a secret indicator, or I have an algorithm bot that I'm not telling you guys. Like guys, let's be real. My chart has a smiley face bar on it. Like this is literally naked price action. There's nothing that's new here. It's literally a smiley face bar, and I'm going off that smiley face bar, and I'm gonna be like, hey, if that level breaks, then this dude right here plays out. You know what I mean? Like that's how I trade, because that's how I learned for a very long time of learning charts. And I can tell you guys, like for yesterday too, you guys saw Bitcoin was extremely oversold. It's not rocket science, right? Like Bitcoin was oversold. We were trading down here. I said, hey, if the this wick low right here breaks, then yes, you can short 41.5. It got to 41.7. It got close, but it wasn't exact. That's why I tell you guys, it has to be exact or don't bother trading it. It didn't get close. We saw the bullish engulfing. And then before I went to bed last night in Telegram, I said, hey, most likely we will see a wick into the 20 EMA and then a continuation trade. The reason how I knew that was look at the 20. This whole drop, right? This whole drop on Bitcoin, we didn't see the 20 get tested even once. It's not rocket science. If the 20 wasn't tested, the market will use that level as a continuation trade. If you see a strong bullish candle come in, then okay, possibly I can trade into the 9 EMA as a scalp, and then I can take the 20 EMA as a scalp as well. You can trade that. That's what I call scalping for EMAs. I taught you guys this many times. I've told you how you can possibly trade those, but that's my point. It's like when the EMAs are completely over leveraged, you will always get those 29 EMA retests, right? That's the same reason why we did that trade here when we were completely exhausted on Ethereum at 2,700. I noticed that this whole rally from 22, we didn't test 20 at all. That was to me the first bearish indicator where I was like, nah, like this doesn't seem right. Like start taking profits. I told you guys, all of you guys, to start taking profits here. I told everyone to start taking profits at 2,700. I'm like, it is completely overbought. We have to wait for some sort of corrective move. I'm not going to short the move. Why? Because volume was there. But that doesn't mean that you end up holding your trade for the dreams, right? Take your profits. I always tell you guys, take your profits because nothing is guaranteed in this market. Tomorrow we could wake up and Ethereum can drop right back down to $300-400. And guess what? You're going to wish you took your damn profits, right? So that's why I tell you guys, just be careful when you're trading, but just let the levels play out. If the trend is up, that doesn't mean short. You scalp. If the EMAs are leveraged, then yes, scalp short, sure. But if you're swinging, we are only long. Above 21.22, we only take long positions. And right now, the long is sitting at 24.29, if that makes sense. Thoughts on XRP? Dayona, that meme coin is on AVAX. I've seen it. I don't really care about it. Like, I don't think AVAX is a chain for meme coin necessarily. I think there are better chains like Solana for meme coins, but that's just my thoughts. XRP, I don't like XRP. Everyone knows how I feel about XRP. You guys know I've been, completely against XRP for a very, very long time. That's just because from 2018, like this is to me okay, listen, if there's someone in this chat that loves XRP, then just mute for a second. But like, guys, like XRP back in 2017, 2018, sure, like it had its moon boy dreams and whatever. But now, like realistically, I mean, it shot up to $3. In the previous bull run, it went to $1.80. Like from the lows of 40 cents to $1.80 is like a 4x. There was coins in the bull run that went up to 100x. Like, and I'm not talking just some meme coins. I'm talking like even Cardano went up 100x, like from 3 cents all the way up to $3. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, do I care for XRP as a leverage position? Sure. As a long-term investment, I don't care. I really don't care. If I hope for people's bags that bought at $2, $3, I hope one day they can recover. But the people that are on YouTube, all these YouTubers that say XRP to $600, XRP the next Bitcoin, XRP the next Ethereum, like mental health, genuinely, like that, it's not going to happen. And it's just realistically, like even the price action just doesn't support it. There's no excuse for someone to say that XRP is going to continue rallying to $3, $5, $10 when we literally had a whole bull cycle and this was XRP trading. Like it didn't care. Like it barely broke resistance, and there was no argument that volume wasn't there. Volume presented itself. There was no one just cared. Like no one, like it's not like, it's not revolutionary banking different. Like I don't care about fundamentals. You guys know that. I'm not gonna get into that, but you guys get my point. Like realistically, like if your coin didn't perform in the last bull run, it's not gonna perform in this bull run either. I'm not saying there's not money to be made. There's always gonna be money to be made in the bull run, but not to the extent that you guys are thinking. That's not the type of things that you guys want to see, right? Zai, yeah, I actually did see someone talk about this on on Twitter, but it's a new coin. Again, like my analysis, I can't analyze this. Like, there's nothing to analyze. It's literally just going up. Like, what is there to, like, there's no price action on new coins. I stay away from these, regardless of how you feel about it, regardless if you think it's going to continue ripping. I don't personally like new coins like that, unless it's a meme coin. But again, like that's a whole different scenario. I think it's better to just different price action. You guys get my point. Anyways, so how can we identify volume? Basically, a breakout trade, there are volume indicators that you can add as well. I don't have it. I'm dying. Hold on. Sorry. I don't have it on my chart. I'm sure there is a volume volume oscillator. There is volume, like, when volume comes in, like there's so many different things. Volume weighted moving average. You can do whatever you want. Me personally, I don't like having more lines than I need on my chart. That's why I don't have it. The way I see a volume break is basically when you see the level like continuing higher, like when you literally see volume come into the market. So like if you're looking for a breakout trade, this is volume. Like you see a huge breakout trade, volume supports it. Like this is Pepe, right? Oh yeah, it's Pepe. So if you look at Pepe, for example, on the live session, I entered a live trade on Pepe on this V-shaped formation. The reason why I did that is it was trading right here. So it was trading at 12.99. And I noticed that Ethereum was picking up, and all of a sudden Pepe broke out of a major resistance. So volume was supporting it when we had the breakout trade, and I knew that the top of the moveset is likely to play out. So we entered the long, we played the breakout, and then we closed the position right here. And then you can see why we closed it, right? But if you notice right now, what's more interesting on Pepe is that same level that was played on the V shape, which was resistance, now is support. I don't think it's a support level is going to hold necessarily because, you know, it's squeezing really damn tight here. Like something's going to happen here when the level gets traded like this. But looking at Ethereum, you know, we can expect that when you have Ethereum kind of trading in a zone like that, you got to be very, very careful. So let me get this line out of here. There we go. But yeah, that's just my thought process for you guys. So I hope that makes sense. I like Cardano as well. But again, Cardano, same thing. I think these coins have had their plays. There's going to be other coins out there now, like, you know, like gaming tokens, like Immutable, like Beam, like those kind of coins. I think that they're going to run the narrative. There might be coins like this, like Cardano, like, you know, blockchain relay, like say, like I still have this coin drawn out. I didn't buy anything. I just had this because, you know, I follow what people talk about just to keep an eye on it. But, you know, this had a massive rally from 23 all the way to 70 and it's still holding quite well. Those kind of coins, like they're decent to just keep an eye on. But like I said, there's so many coins, guys. Like there's so much happening in this market all the times. Like, you know, my bags are not better than your bags and your bags are not better than my bags. It's the same logic. Like just buy what you genuinely think is going to do well. And the things that I look for is number one, price action. So it has to be at least out for a year. Number two, it has to be volume. Number three, it cannot be lower than 100 mil market cap or else you're going to be gambling on it. Like, for example, Wombat is a coin that was, you know, is just dead. Like, look at this. Like, this thing has literally been dead since what, September of last year. All of a sudden, it started picking up. Like, and it's still at $20 million market cap. Like, these are kind of coins that I consider higher risk. But if you can catch it at the bottom, then yes, you'll make a lot more money. But you're better off just playing with the big guys, right? Playing with the 100 million, 200 million, 500 million dollar guys, because those are the ones that are ideally going to be making you a ton more profit. So that's just my thought process. So yeah, so other than that, I want to talk about NFTs real quick because I genuinely think like there's some, like, diversification is important, mostly for Ethereum. So and the way I see NFTs right now is the way, like, it's worth looking into. I'm not going to get into which NFTs or whatever, yada, 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 you get my point. But, like, I'm just saying, like, in general, NFTs right now are seen as altcoins back in 2018. When all those articles were saying that they were dead, NFTs started to pick up. And I'm being honest, they're not dead. There's NFTs out there that are not dead, that are doing very well. But I think that, you know, it's worth looking into because at the end of the day, diversification is important. If you have your portfolio filled up with large caps, mid caps, meme coins, it's not a bad idea to just look into the NFT market as well. But don't look into the garbage ones, right? Like, genuinely research into ones that are, like, have survived. And are like the bigger, like Pudgy Penguins. Like, most people know about Pudgy Penguins, right? And just general, like I'm just saying, or Azuki. Like, these are bigger ones that the general public knows about it. And what I mean by general public is retail. So if you go on Pudgy Penguins on Instagram, like, you'll see how much they have, right? Like, in terms of followers, yada, yada, yada. Do I care about, you know, long-term Pudgy Penguins and the toys I don't care, but I follow what the general public knows. Like, for example, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, you know, whatever, made a song about Bored Ape. The general public, when they think NFT, they think Bored Ape. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can get something like that a little early, not every NFT is going to be the next Bored Ape, but if something has survived for a while now, it's going to tend to survive in the next bull run when NFTs do pick up. That's just my thought process. But, whoa, Dog with Hat is going weird. That was a weird candle. But just so you guys explain, what do you think about Myro? I saw Myro. I know it's a meme coin as well. I saw Myro at 3 cents. Like, I genuinely looked at it, and it was like the founder's dog. Like, there's so many founder dog coins. I don't like coins like that. I think Myro, you know, it obviously performed well. But again, like, meme coins, don't ask me about meme coins. I'll be honest with you. Like, I can't. There's nothing in this call I can say that'll make sense. Like, I cannot explain to you why the dog with the hat is better than the Solana dude's dog Myro, and like how do you explain? How do you want me to explain something like that, right? Like it's like I can't. There's nothing I can do that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. Like I can't explain to you guys why Pepe the Frog is better than Dog with a hat, which is garbage, than Doge. You know, you have my point. Like it's just a whole different argument. I'm not gonna get into it. It is what it is. Like just get what you like. If you see something that you laugh, then get it. Like there's so many coins that, you know, I've looked at it and I laughed. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll get it. Like that's just how it is. What is your picks for NFT? What is your price target for Beam? So price target for Beam, I'm looking at the 4 cents, 4 to 5 cents. That would be the first area of take profit. But yeah, long term, genuinely long term, I think this could go 20, 30 cents. Like long term, like we're talking a year or 2 years, like a long term hold. But yeah, it's you know, it's a whole different scenario of trying to hold something for that long. Like you really need to believe in it. That's what I mean by my Pepe bag. Like if Ethereum goes to 3,600 and all of a sudden now Pepe, you know, starts to rally, you best believe I am holding. I am not selling my Pepe at any point, because I think Pepe would be the 10, 20, $50 billion market cap coin this bull run, because that's what happened to Doge, that's what happened to Shiba. And again, the argument of, oh, Doge had Elon. Okay, well, Shiba didn't have Elon, but yet Shiba still performed, what, 20 bill? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the argument of whatever you think in a bull run doesn't mean anything. Like, these coins, when they rally, they'll just start to rally. And it's all human psychology, right? When the coin starts breaking out near, like, if 19 breaks, psychology is going to come into play. Oh my God, Pepe's starting to pick up. Pepe's starting to pick up. If Pepe breaks up breaks all-time high, then yes, everyone's going to start panic buying again. Why? Because a good example of that was Dog with Fat. You can see Dog with Fat got pretty damn close to all-time high. The volume started to pick up, and then boom, it broke all-time high, and then that's where euphoria came in, right? So the people that were holding here most likely sold here. Then all the new buyers are now buying here, hoping to sell at a higher point. Welcome to meme coins. It's just psychology, how it works. But yeah, so that's just my thought process. What are your picks for NFTs? I don't think I'm like I'm genuinely not in the NFT market, like in terms of like research to be giving my picks. I'm currently like trying to buy Pudgy. Like I'm trying to get a Pudgy penguin, but like, you know, just because I think Pudgy penguins long term are the better bet, because, you know, they're making their whatever. There's so much going on in the background that I just, and people recognize Pudgy penguins. Like my wife, for example, she sends me, like, she's for like months now, she's been sending me like the Pudgy penguin reels. She doesn't know anything about anything, but she's been sending me the Pudgy penguin reels, and she's like, oh my God, this stuff is so cute. Look how cute the penguins are. This is so you, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, stuff like that, I can see that, okay, she's the perfect example of exactly retail. Like, someone that knows nothing about this, all of a sudden now knows about what these are. So I'm like, okay, realistically, like, that to me is like, okay, long term, I can see that working out, because people are going to be like, oh, Pudgy penguins? Oh, yeah, Pudgy penguins, the NFT, right? So that's why I'm like, I like Pudgy penguins. Now, of course, in terms of Pudgy penguins, they're very, very expensive, right? Like, the cheapest one right now is 33 grand. Like, I don't expect everyone to, you know, be able to afford that, which then the secondary collection comes into play, which is the little Pudgies. But it's just, again, this is a whole different topic. I don't want to get too deep into this, but it's worth looking into, is my point. Like, just look into it, and like, you'll see, if most of you want to have a diversification point, it's not a bad idea for a diversification point long term. I'm not saying buying here and then it drops 30%, don't come after Pingu. I'm just saying, like, long term, it's going to play out. And I think Pudgy penguins long term, because they were on Forbes, and from the last bull run, people know who they are. Like, that's my point, is people understand psychology, and when they know the name long enough, when it does start to rally, that's where you really start to rally. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. 18 Ethereum for that. Damn, I'd buy a new car before that. Yeah, you got... Okay, listen. There's only so many of you, so now I can start getting weird. Okay, so, like, listen. Like, yeah, Pudgy, like... Okay, yeah, it is expensive, right? But again, you got to understand, like, the reason why they're expensive is because they're seen as a blue chip for NFTs, right? Like, most people look at Pudgy as, like, the greats. Like, the way... I mean, recently in times, I don't think people do, but how people saw Bored Ape as the greats. So now, Pudgy... yesterday was at like 11. Now it's at 13. And then it's starting to pick up, right? And I've been debating about it. And I'm sitting here like looking at all these little Pudgies. And I'm like, okay, there's two ways I can play this. number one is I can just get a Pudgy on, like if I want to get a Pudgy, I just get this guy. Like for example, the floor Pudgy. There's two ways you can trade this. Like this is a whole different lesson, but for this case, there's only so many of you in here. I'll teach you. So as a trader for NFTs, you can either get the rares, which I'll show you, or you can get the floors, which are the ones that are cheapest on the floor. So if you want to be liquid, you get the ones that are on the floor. So you want to be in and out of the market. So if you want to just flip something, you get the liquids. If you want a rare, if you're trying to play long term, then you have to get the rares. Now, obviously, if the floor is worth 13 Ethereum, you can imagine what a rare would go like. And what I mean by a rare is like literally just the color of the Pudgy, like the skin of the Pudgy. So like there's this one for 49 Ethereum, which is the icy one. And then there's a golden penguin, which is 54 Ethereum, which is the golden penguin. Now, like the difference between the two is just the icy is like there's less ices and then there's a little bit more golds, and that's literally it. Like it's still a stupid picture penguin, right? It's just that one's more rare than the other. So someone like a whale, for example, like you got to think about this long term and be like, okay, hey, long term, if I'm looking at Pudgy penguins, like I'm trying to think long term, if Pudgy penguins continue to go up, well, what do you think is going to happen to the rares? The rares would continue to go up a lot more because there's whales out there that have like 3, 4, 10, $50 million excess cash. And we have seen, at least maybe not you guys, but I have seen Pudgy penguins, like the rares. And again, these are just the legendaries, you call it. But you can see that some of the legendaries, they sold for 400 Ethereum. The last sale for this one was 400 Ethereum. That happened a year ago. In the previous bull run, when I joined NFTs, I remember seeing this one sell for 100 Ethereum. And this was 2 years ago on August 9, 2021. So you guys get my point, is these penguins, they hold a store of value somehow. Like if people still see them as a store of value. I obviously, being in the NFT market for a little bit, like I understand the thought process to it, but a lot of other traders might just see it as, oh, it's just a stupid penguin. Why would anyone want this stupid penguin? You know what I mean? But like, that's what I'm saying is like when the general public starts hating on something, it's almost always worth looking into something. Now, in just terms of Pudgies, like, the reason why I'm talking about Pudgy is because I feel confident enough to tell you about Pudgies. There's so many NFTs out there. It's like a whole different world and there's a lot more risk to it. But I'm just telling you guys what I don't mind sharing because I know like long term, you're okay. You're going to live, right? I'm not going to get into other NFTs. There's a ton. Like I can name a ton, but there's a ton of good NFTs and hardworking people out there. But there's a lot of risk factor that comes with it as well. I just go for the blue chips. But anyway, so on a completely different, unrelated note, nothing to do with this stream. Don't ask me any questions after this in regards to these penguins. But just on a completely unrelated note, one more time, unrelated note, nothing to do with anything, no questions asked. Do we like this penguin? Just a yes or no. On a completely unrelated note, no questions asked. Don't ask me anything. Just yes or no. Do we like this penguin? Anyone in this just saying yes or no? And Bo, you trade them on OpenSea. So OpenSea is the first step to kind of dig into. Yes, he's got drop and gives Taco Tuesday. Okay, so on a completely unrelated note, possibly, we like this penguin C. Yes. Okay. Yosin, that's not the question. We're not asking what the price of the penguin is. The penguin, would ignore the price. We're just looking at the penguin. Do we like the penguin? Yes or no? That's it. There's nothing else after that. Okay. So secondly, okay, so hear me out. I don't know how I feel about the penguin. Like I it's nice, sure, but like, so put it into perspective, these are the icy penguins, right? So these are the rare penguins. You can't, it goes legendary, then icy, then gold, and everything else after that. Now this icy penguin specifically is sitting at 49 Ethereum. There's been some sales for these icy penguins. For example, this one kind of looks like trash, right? You can barely see the ice, and he's Wolf for Pudgy, whatever. And he sold last time, not even 6 months ago, for 88 Ethereum. So there's definitely demand for these ices, but I okay, hear me out. Like I don't, it's okay, it's cool, but like, the one I really would like to see is this one. Like look at this dude's drip, right? Like this dude's drip is real nice, right? So, and it already has an offer for 113 grand. So I'm like, yo, this one's sick. But the problem is some of these penguins, you can't, like, people aren't selling them, right? So they're still holding them. But like this penguin looks amazing, right? Like, look at his drip. He's blue, and he's got the scarf. He's ice. It's so dope. It's probably one of my favorite ones I've seen before. But the problem is, like, good luck trying to get someone to sell it. And that's a cool part of NFTs. And I think that's what people overlook is when you have something cool like that, anything, and the market really picks up. And it's not just an argument of, oh yeah, Pingu, but these are 50 grand now. You got in early or whatever. It's not an argument of that. If you get in the right project in a bull run, you guys don't understand the NFT bull run that happened. It doesn't matter what kind of project it was. There was some insane art selling for some insane prices. But the cool part is about NFTs that's not cool about altcoins is when someone wants your specific NFT or little picture or whatever, they are willing to pay whatever price because they want that specific picture. That's the cool part, right? So, like, I would genuinely, if there was an offer for this, I would genuinely buy it. Like, if I could get this specific dude, like this little, I love it. I love the blue. I love it's such a cool looking penguin. But the guy hasn't existed for like 2 years now. Like his wallet doesn't exist either. Like, it's like, I think it's a dead wallet. So unfortunately that penguin's gone. But yeah, that's just my thought. Like I said, no, it's not my collection. No, definitely not. I wish. There's some crazy volume here, some crazy money to be here too. But yeah, you guys get my point. But yeah, I was just curious what everyone thought about this specific penguin. No questions asked, just the penguin. But yeah, like, it's cool, but like, you know, like, is it like really cool? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it like, whoa? Or is it just like, it's just cool? But that's just I just want to talk about NFTs because I think it's worth looking into. That was just my thought process here. But back to the markets talk. So yeah, nothing really happening. You can see Ethereum starting to drop. But until 2429 plays out, I don't think it's really worth doing anything until that level plays out. And then ideally you can enter. But same with Bitcoin. Like, that's a pretty strong rejection on the exponential moving averages. That's a pretty good rejection there. So yeah, like, that's the thing about meme coins is when the market starts to nuke. So you see, like, when Bitcoin and Ethereum start to nuke, everything goes down, and meme coins go down a lot harder. Pepe doesn't really move. It's like a stable coin. I kind of enjoy it, to be honest. It just kind of vibes. It doesn't do anything, which I don't mind. But then there's coins like Beam, for example, like you saw, like the random pump that happened this morning. I sold into it, and now it's probably going to end back at the exponential moving averages. I can literally just rebuy. You can, like, there's things you can trade along with. But yeah, Monocle's a drip. Yeah, Monocle is pretty cool. Buy it, go for it. I loved Azuki. Those were the coolest to me. Yo, Nicola, like Azuki, we'll just quickly do it. Today is not a teaching day. I mean, I hope I taught you something in the beginning, but today's kind of a chill day because the market's pretty dead. Like, I'm not really, like, you know, there's weeks where obviously we have crazy weeks, and then there's weeks where we're just kind of vibing. Today is just a vibe day, but yeah, Nicola, I just want to show you guys this, but I think my favorite Azuki is these. Like, guys, these are the coolest looking, like, at least for me, like, the coolest NFT I've ever seen. I'm not paying, there's no way I'm paying $250,000 for that, like, our picture. I'm sorry. Like, that's stupid. Like, to me, that's stupid. That's a huge risk on factor for one NFT. Like, it's just too risky. But oh my god, they look really cool. You know what I mean? Like, they look very, very nice. But yeah, probably one of my favorites, but I probably never will end up spending that much specifically on an NFT. Like 100, sure, like, you know, it's like debatable, like that's still a lot of money, but it's still debatable, like long term, is it worth it? But then when you look at it from that perspective, like 200, 300 Ethereum, like you can literally just move that into an altcoin and just sit on it and you'll 10x that faster than anything. That's just my thought process, at least. Because again, I'm a trader, right? I'm still... regardless of whatever we trade, NFTs, meme coins, whatever, doesn't matter. There's money to be made in this market completely, and I'm the type to be in and out of this market extremely quick. Like, mostly when it comes down to high risk investments like this, I'm not the type to hold. But yeah, Dog with Hat is actually getting nuked. Not a good look. Oh my, it's actually dropping. But yeah, I mean, if Dog with Hat, like, it's volatile, but if it honestly does end up entering, that would have been the perfect buy right there. But even here, 14 cents again. Like, it could happen. Like, again, it's meme coin is very fluctuate. Like, it's worth looking into at 15, 14 cents. Right now, it's probably not the best thing to get into. It's too high, and the market looks very like garbage, to be honest. If I'm being honest with you guys, the market does look extremely dangerous. Like, Bitcoin looks extremely dangerous with that bar formation. I wouldn't be confident holding Bitcoin right now. Like, I was confident holding, like, trading Bitcoin at 44. I was confident trading Bitcoin this whole range. But right now, this looks very dangerous. Because you guys know, when we initially broke 36, I was worried that the price action here was too quick. And I remember telling you guys that this isn't good for Bitcoin. This manipulation that happened with these 4-hour candlesticks was not a good look for Bitcoin. Do I think that if 44 and 4 low, we lose that, then yeah, we will end up playing the smiley face bar. I drew it again for you guys. But yeah, that's the ideal zone. So just be careful. You know, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, that's just... I'm going to leave that bar formation for like a teaching standpoint for you guys. So you guys can remember the bar. It's good to delete these lines. Alright, my angry AF17 move from ETH to Sol. Seeing a lot of projects do that. Affiliated with Jelly now. Yeah, there's so many NFTs, man. There's so many NFTs out there. What's your price target on Wombat? I don't have a price target on Wombat. I just mentioned Wombat because I genuinely think that it's, you know, a good... It's like Immutable and Beam. Like, they're partnered with Immutable as well. So it's worth looking into. I don't have a price target on $20 million market caps. It's too early to say, and anything can happen. So that's why I don't really say anything. I just let it play out. This is the whitelist. Yeah, exactly, Nicola. Whitelist and flip, exactly. Time to short 50x. Time to short 50x, yeah. I mean, hey, like, it's not a bad, it's not, honestly, like, it's not a bad short, if I'm being honest. Like, yes, like, it's choppy, but the way I see it, it's not bullish by any means. That's what I told you guys this morning. I know I've been MIA today too, and I'm being honest, is because I don't message the chat unless there's something worth messaging for. And like, there's nothing that I saw of interest that I was like, yo, guys, like, all right, guys, like, enter, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, Ethereum does look like, to me, what Ethereum looks like, what Ethereum doing is, it's just creating it's just trapping people. So we see a break, new lower low, and now the continuation. Like, that's most likely what's going to play out here. And then 24.29, a wick, and then something like this, or a wick break, and then like that. So those are your situations. But regardless, both scenarios end up at 24.29. So you can either wait for 24.29 to play out, or you can enter the short here, which does look, volume's definitely coming in here. So yeah, it looks like it. If it breaks this wick low, it's probably going to squeeze down. Yeah, this is how I trade. You know what? Next time, low key, sometimes I do want to do live sessions. You got live trading sessions, like actually how I enter trades. I used to do it once upon a time, but then like the problem with like Yosin remembers, but like then there's people like, you know, when I would enter a trade like 20x leverage, they'd see it as, oh, Pingu's entering, I'm gonna enter 100x leverage, and then they end up liquidating, and then like, you know, the trade would still play out. I'd still walk away with profit, but then they're like, oh, you didn't warn me, you didn't tell me. Like, it's just like at that, and at those times there's like 40 people watching. Like, I can't babysit 40 people live, right? So that's why I stopped doing the live trades. Like, I still send my trades, obviously. Like, I still tell you guys where to enter and exit, but me doing my live trades, I stopped doing it because people just couldn't understand, like, just chill, like, relax with leverage, you know? But just, yeah, exactly. Back in the day. I mean, so much has changed, but yeah, I think Ethereum looks good for a short. Like, I mean, I know I've been saying that, but it genuinely looks for a short. Look at that. Look at that drop. Be free. Be free. Straight to 24.29. You can do it. It will do it. I know it'll do it because it's going to act as a magnet. I know it will. Sooner or later, it's going to hit 24.29. And that's why I said, like, yo, if you're going to be trading, just be careful, but don't long. Don't long here. This is not a zone to long. A long zone would be down here. Right now, this is just a chop. So you can either short the chop and play the chop, or wait for the chop and then long. Whichever way you want to do it. You're an aggressive trader, do that. If you're not an aggressive trader, then just chill. But yeah, thanks, I appreciate that. Like, yeah, I try to I know, Yosin, I miss those days, I'm not gonna lie. Like 125x leverage, and there was like 10 of us, and we were so like, it was so like a free-for-all in those chats, and I loved it. But like as more people join and the Telegram grows, I have to be very careful with how I position things, mostly when it comes down to trades, because there's a lot more risk and a lot more people like, on risk like that. But like when there's only like 15 or 17 of you watching, like I don't mind going to show you guys Pudgy Penguins, stuff like that, because I know like you guys get it, like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want 50 people messaging me after and be like, yo, what was that thing you were talking about? You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, I don't mind it. But no, yeah, I think Ethereum here is definitely gonna, we're probably gonna see a drop here soon. I genuinely think the wick is gonna happen here and it's gonna end up into 24.29. So if you guys are looking to short, then just be careful in terms of choppiness and price action, because we're still hovering on the exponential moving average. But you can enter a short scalp to 24.29. But just, again, please watch your leverage, because it's going to get choppy. But I am focusing on 24.29. I've been focusing on that since Saturday. And you can see it's cool. You know what? It's cool for me, at least, because like when I originally see a chart, I know I zoomed away for a second. I was stretching. But when I see a chart, for example, like a naked chart like that, like it's not a crystal ball. It's just because I've been seeing it for so long that I know the levels that are going to play out. Like I get, like my chart, like guys, realistically look at my chart. It's very simple, right? So I only have like 3 lines and I have RSI, but it's not rocket science on how this market moves. Like this whole move up here was massive. You got to understand, like this was a $500 move on Ethereum. So what? You're not going to think it's going to correct something like this and then drop? Like there's people that have like, Elliott waves and yada, 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 and financial Fibonacci's and do. I don't care about all that. I'm a price action. I just trade naked charts. And I genuinely think that it works out better for you in the long term, because, if you can follow the exponential moving averages, that's where your entry is. That's where you enter and exit. So as soon as it hits that zone, you exit your trade for the long. As soon as it breaks that zone, you enter your trade for the short. And then obviously in between it'll get chopped up. So what I call this is a no trade zone. But when you are trading something like this where it's so choppy, all you have to do is just go look at Bitcoin. Oh, okay, Bitcoin just broke below the exponential moving average. Then it'll give you a better confirmation that, okay, if Bitcoin's going to drop, what do you think is going to happen to Ethereum, right? It's not going to obviously long-term drop, because Ethereum right now is looking good, but you can still play the scalp into 24.29. You can still enter that short position into 24.29. But me personally, like, I'm not trading this moveset right now, but I'm just like, there's a lot of times where I do trade the movesets, but I've honestly, like, between the 17 of us or 15 of us, whatever is in here, like with Dog with Hat and so many of these meme coins and the amount of profits I've made, I'm personally like taking a break. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Look at that. Oh Lord. What is happening to the dog? they took his hat away. That's funny. I love when people say that. Every time it drops like 20%, they're like, they took his hat away. It's so funny. Yikes. Yeah, so that's just my thought process when I do this stuff. When I'm like, and it's a lesson for you guys too, psychology wise. Like, if there's ever a week you make so much damn money, like, and I mean like genuinely leverage trading, spot trading, whatever. Like you guys saw, 2200 to 2700. I told you guys that day too. Like, just chill, go outside, chill, like just relax, because you're gonna get flustered when something like that happens. And you're going to look for more and more and more. You're going to start all of a sudden looking for other trades and start entering other things. And then you're going to get burned out and you're going to get absolutely wrecked. So you're much better just relax, chill, let the market do its thing, and then wait for levels to hit and then enter those positions. It works out for the long term. And it's just something I always teach people anyways, because I've been on the other end of that where I'm always trading all day long and I end up getting wrecked. Where I'm not sleeping, I'm not eating, I'm trading 18, 19 hours a day. And then, like, it takes a toll on your mental health too. So that's just my advice. If you make a lot of money, mostly in the previous 2 weeks, so you've made a good amount of money, take a break. If you've lost a lot of money, take a break. Like, you don't want to be revenge trading everything. But it's a different level of experience when you can come in. Like, you guys see me, I wake up, I don't care. I mute you guys for 12 hours. I don't care what happens in Asia hours. I wake up when I wake up. I say good morning. I don't even send the chart update. I go do about my day, do shower, whatever, and then I go look at the charts and I send at like 10 a.m. I'll send what I need to, because at that point the market's open, the 1 hour of noise has completed, and it allows me to trade to send you guys a proper trade where you guys are going to profit. So I know there's been times I think at least me I can recall in total in a year, like a swing position we've lost two swing positions we've lost in a year, and I know that because I still remember the trades that I lost. But we've won a lot, and I know that because all my trades are recorded in the chat. Everything is recorded, so it's not like I can be like, oh yeah, you remember that time? No, you can literally go in the chat and go look at the time and the date and when I posted it. But there's a lesson in that, so it keeps me in check for you guys. I keep my everything in check and make sure everything is good, and then it keeps you guys in check because you learn from this. So I hope that makes sense. Exactly, yeah. Nobody is perfect. People that say they're perfect, like 100% traders. I get those DMs a lot of times. Hey man, I'm a 100% trader. I'd love to trade with your chat. You and crack? You know what I mean? And then I get the other odd, like the amount of DMs I get for like promotions and stuff. Oh, it's crazy. But I don't ever promote anything. The only thing I do promote is Fair Desk, and it's not really a promotion. It's like, it's an exchange that, it's a legitimate trade exchange that does hundreds of millions of dollars in volume. Like, it's better to have a safe exchange than a not a safe exchange. But the reason I like Fairdesk is because of the fees, right? The reason, like, I'm a user on Fairdesk and the fees are so minimal. So for someone that's trading 20, 30x, like, I'm just saying in general, but 20, 30x leverage, you go do that in Binance, you're getting wrecked. Like, fees on Binance and KuCoin, I traded there, and I know the the structures are disgusting. So when Fairdesk came along, like in the beginning, it was a little iffy because I'm like, I don't really know what Fairdesk is. Like, who are you guys? But they took a chance on me when I was at 300 subscribers, and I'm like, okay, I'll take a chance on you guys. Like, that was the agreement. I'm like, we're both new, we'll figure it out as we go. And now it's been a year, and Fairdesk is, I'm a quote unquote small time YouTuber, but there's people like Virtual Bacon, Crypto Mason. These guys have like 3, 4, 500,000 subscribers, and they're all partnered with Fairdesk as well. So it kind of turns into like, okay, would you rather pay the exchange that takes your money a lot more, or pay the exchange that pays you back and then has lower fees? An exchange is an exchange. After FTX, anything's possible, and I mean that. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I love Fairdesk, but from the bottom of my heart, like, anything is possible, because on Binance, the same amount of risk is there on Fairdesk. It does not matter. The argument of what it used to be prior of, oh, no, Binance is huge, they would never. Yeah, FTX was huge as well, and they did. So that argument of Binance is gone as well. So what I recommend to people is, do what you need to do, and then do it as low as you can, make your money, and just move on. Like, that's the best case you can do, because otherwise you can get, and all these decentralized exchanges and these dexes, and people send me and they're like, hey man, your chat would profit from this, they should trade on this, and there's an airdrop for that. And I'm like, nah, dude, like, I'm not risking anything like that unless you're like, you genuinely have some sort of regulation or something that we can go back to. I'm not doing decentralized exchanges for an airdrop. Like, it's just stupid. It's just like, why would I risk my money for what? Like, like what, 5% or maybe a luckily 30% airdrop when I can just go trade a leverage coin and make the same amount? Like, what's the point? So yeah. Uphold, same thing. There's so many exchanges, man, like out there that like, I just trust Fairdesk. KuCoin's good in terms of order books. Binance, Bybit, obviously the main ones. But I just look at fees, because that's really all that matters is fees. Mostly for us, because the way we trade and scalp and intraday and everything. That's the only reason why. But okay, anyways, we're so sidetracked here. But I think that's it for me, because I think this live session has been going on for about an hour. And you guys know I'm a max hour guy. Or, I don't know, I mean, there's 17 of you in here. Do you guys want me to stay on? I'm not doing anything, but I feel bad for people that are going to have to watch this over. Like, we're just kind of vibing. I'm not really doing anything crazy, though. So, whatever you guys want. I'm just kind of here. Yeah, do you guys have any questions? Like, you guys want me to go over anything? Don't give me coins that I've never heard of, but, like, do you guys have, like, technical analysis questions that you want me to go over? Like, anything that, like, maybe you guys make mistakes on? Oh, I can talk about the mentorship stuff, too, actually. So, I'm trying to think the best way to do the mentorship, because like the mentorship, like it's free, right? It's free. It's not. I'm not charging here. Okay, it's free. I'm just thinking like what I wanted to do was I wanted to have like 10 people in a Discord channel, and then like everyone posts their trades in that. It's a private Discord channel, and everyone's gonna post their trades in there, and questions, and it's like a private one-on-one kind of thing. But the problem with that is everyone's time zone is also different, which I realized that after is like, okay, well, if I have 10 people on this 1 month schedule and I'm going in there and teaching what I need to teach, the problem comes when, you know, the time zone aspect of it. So if I have a specific time I teach, which is 4:30 Eastern, because that works the best for me. But let's say someone in the Netherlands, or I don't know where, but you get my point. They might be on a different time zone. They won't be able to come to that Discord class, and I can't record the whole Discord class and paste it because that takes too much. The alternative to this whole situation, right, is I'm still trying to figure it out, but it would be YouTube like this live session, and it would be no questions in the session. Like, it would be a very strict lesson on just the basics. And then I would make it into like a course kind of thing, like 10 episodes, for example, of everything Penguin knows about trading. And then you guys have lifetime access to it. But I would name it something else, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, then this way, like, everyone can come on their own time, do whatever, and then ask me questions after on like, hey, Pengu, lesson 7, can you explain something? And I'll be like, sure, like whatever, because I know what I'm talking about at that point in lesson 7. But does that make sense? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, I feel like that would make a lot more sense for everyone. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. And I'll do the sessions on weekends. Like, I'll do the session live on a weekend. So then this way I'm chill. You guys are chill. The market's dead and I can actually teach. Because nothing worse than all of a sudden I'm teaching and Ethereum drops $100 and now we got 1,100 people waiting for a Pengu update and I'm teaching a live session. I can't do that. So I'll probably do them on Saturdays, most likely, early in the morning. And I'll start off with like, I'm not going to go like, what is a candlestick? What is a wick? You know, I'm not going to explain that. That's like self-knowledge, but I'll start with like very basic, like how to draw support, how to draw resistance. I'll make that into 2 separate episodes because I can teach you guys tricks that I know. Then I can do like how to trade with exponential moving averages. That'll be a different lesson. How to scalp. That'll be a different lesson. Then it'll be like how to swing. That'll be a different lesson. You guys get my point, right? So yeah, exactly. A 1 to 10 series explaining everything. Exactly. That's exactly what it's going to be. So I think that's probably the better case scenario for mentorship, because in this way I feel bad. Like if I get 10 people a month, then dude, like there's 1,100 of us, and the way the channel's growing, it's going to be 5,000 of us. I'm never going to be able to get to everyone, and the bull market's going to happen, and then I'm going to feel bad because then people are going to not make enough money as I would like them to, and then we kind of get stuck, right? So I want to make sure everyone's on the same page, and that's just the way I teach. Like everyone's on the same page, right? So everybody good with that? The 15, 17 of you in here? Comment, yeah. Awesome. It makes sense. Okay, cool. I'll tell the Telegram after too, like the whole discussion that we had. So yeah, I think that's the play, my boys. I think that's the play. I think that's what we'll do then. Guys, my friends, I'm having a thought process here, okay? I need some support. I need some ideas here. This motherfucker, this little monkey, whoever has this little rat, we'll call him a rat. This rat, he won't sell it. It's frustrating, right? Because I want it. I like it. No, not Pepe. We're not talking. I was talking about this penguin again. We're coming back to this guy. So I want it, right? And that's my offer. I offered him 101 G's to him. And this little stingy little kid, he wants the 9.93. And like, again, I don't mind. Okay, if this was like, okay, so hear me out. If this was any other project, I wouldn't give it. But because it's Pudgy Penguins, and I know because the price is increasing, and I know and you guys saw, some of these people hold this thing for 2 years and they refuse to sell. I know how this cult mindset works. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's the only icy penguin for sale. Yes, this is the only icy penguin for sale as of right now. The second one is 102 Ethereum. I'm not doing that. There's no way. And it's like, it's a cool looking penguin. Point of the conversation is, do we give the extra, I think it's like 3 Ethereum, so the extra 6 grand, do we suck it up and give it? and just get the penguin and call it a day. Like, it's a cool looking penguin, I'm not gonna lie. And then a whole different situation I gotta figure out is how to move it into my wallet. Because I don't want to keep this on an online wallet. Obviously, it's a penguin. So I gotta move it to offline wallet. Yada, yada, yada. I'll figure that out myself. But it's not a one of one. It's not a one of one, Nicola. It's just an icy. So there's only 16. It's actually rank 16. So it's a very rare penguin. And the other penguins, like, this one's my favorite. The other ones are like cringy, right? Like, half of them are covered. Like, you can only see the head. He's the only one where you can see the arm that's cool. There's this one, but, like, you know, I don't like the farmer and then the headband. Like, this one's cool. It got the monocle. It got the Mexican hat. It has the vest. And then you get my point. Yeah, so what's the thought process here? Now, when ETH comes down, he will be scared and sell it. I don't think so, though, you know? Because I've been watching ICs for a very long time. I genuinely don't think... They're very rare when they go on sale. Like, some of the ones that you're seeing that are like 8.5 Ethereum, like this one, for example, the one that sold for 8.5 Ethereum, it was 2 years ago. These icy penguins, the skin, like these specific penguins, they don't sell very often. And when they do, like, it's a very old, like, look at this, 21 Ethereum 2 years ago. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when they get on sale, that's it. And the only reason I know this guy's trying to sell is I looked in the price action and he's like, he tried to sell it for 70 and now he's at 49. Like, he's trying to panic sell it, but at the same time, he also bought it for 38.5. You see what I'm saying? And it was a month ago. So it's there, like the price action there 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, they waited for 10 ETH and then it came on sale and then it was sold 38. So if I get it, it's like, it's a very rare penguin. Like, they don't sell very often. You see what I'm saying? Everyone's on the same page now. Yeah, exactly. So Florida gets this. So you see them in Walmart too. Like, that's what I'm saying. They're everywhere. And I personally, like, the reason why I want to get it is just A, I'd like it. And B, like, I think as a long-term diversifications point, I wouldn't mind just keeping 125 Gs in something that's like this compared to me chucking 125 Gs into, for example, the dog with a hat. You guys get my point. Like, there's a huge difference in terms of risk at that point. And that's why I'm like, I always check myself when I teach you guys. I always check myself as well. I'm checking myself because I realize that me being that degenerate and putting that much money, and again, like, you know, it is what it is. Like, I trade a lot, but me chucking that much into coins all of a sudden, like dog with hat, it's peak degeneracy. Like, there's gonna be a time, and for everyone, it comes to a point where you get burnt out, and you got to be very, very careful. And that's why I don't want to get burnt out if everyone's on the same page. You know what I mean? So get in, share half the profit with the chat. No, this will be our penguin, all right? Because I'm Pingu Charts and I don't have a penguin. And I always think about that. My wife always laughs about that too. She's like, how are you Pingu Charts and you don't have a Pudgy? And I'm like, all right, fair point. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think this is our like, it'll be like our penguin. Because I think it has, you know, it has a monocle. There's some old people in here. No offense. It has a vest for the young trendy kid. And it has, who doesn't like tacos, right? Who doesn't like, I'm not being racist. I'm just saying, like, in general, like, it has a sombrero and it's icy. He's smiling. It is what it is. We're all cool. So what do we think? Are we doing this? No. So again, this isn't all of my net worth if I buy it. I still own a ton of Pepe, but I'm just diversifying. Like, I would only sell 3 Ethereum worth of Pepe to get this right now. Like, I already have the money sitting. I'm just debating over the 3 Ethereum. Should I just be like, screw it and get it, or, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm sitting in it. That's pretty much where we're at. I can draw you one for half the price. Yeah, no, that argument's always going to be there. That argument is what retail always says. They're always like, oh, I can just draw this monkey better than whatever. What's the point? Yada, yada, yada. No, I think Pepe, so again, like, I genuinely think Pepe would make more money short term, but long term diversification is always going to be a thing. Like, I'm happy with Pepe where I'm at in terms of Pepe, because all of my dog with hat profits went into Pepe, right? So I bought a ton of it, and all of my profits pretty much, like, this is only profits that I made. That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Like, This is like just the meme coin profits. I don't mind spending because I don't want to keep putting it back into Pepe. Because Pepe obviously has risk too, right? When whales want to move Pepe, it can drop 20-30% as well. So you have to keep that in mind. And it has happened before. So it's just a diversification standpoint for me. Long term, I think it would be cool. But you know, it's always nice to hear other opinions because it doesn't matter how much money you have. It's just like the logical thinking thought process here. That's all. But yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, but he is being stingy, bro. And he knows, but like, I know, like, that's what I'm saying. I came in at 40 and he's sitting at 49. I have 46 in my wallet. So if I came in at 46, but I still think what I'm worried about, and I've seen this happen before, is if someone like me comes into the picture and all of a sudden wants to buy this specific penguin, what people do is because he knows he has the cheapest icy, so the only one, for example, what he'll do is he'll remove it. So he'll stop selling it because he knows I want it, and then he'll relist it at an absurd price, and then he'll be like, "Oh no, because you want it, you know you want it." You know what I mean? But like that's what I'm saying. So like, look, like for example, now the floor is 14. Like it was at 13 the stream started, now it's at 14, and like that's the way I'm thinking about it. Is there's 10,000 penguins. There's only like what 20 of these guys. Like it's a very rare penguin. So it's starting to go up. So what are we thinking? 4 ETH max. I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on 1 sec. Okay, so here. Let me think. Let me do a little thought process here real quick. Repricing as well. No, I know it's so degenerate, right? It's like the Wild West for these kids. Like it's like, yo, like you're it's like nah, I don't know, it's crazy. Whatever, you know what? Okay, it is what it is. Okay, listen, hear me out, guys. Give me a second. Everyone just chill. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna do this live and we're gonna have fun, okay? Everyone just relax. We're all on the same page. Give me a second, my friends. Oh, my back. Yo, honestly, 27, and I feel like because I've been trading for 7 years, my lower back, I feel like I'm 80. And I've been doing a lot of exercises. You guys have been pretty helpful with it, telling me what to do, what exercises to do and whatnot. So I appreciate that. But my back is, and I feel like because, you know, like being honest, guys, I like, you know, a little bit about me. I don't really talk about much myself, my life and whatever, but I do work full time actually, which is surprising. A lot of you guys think like, oh, Pingu, like you make so much money or you trade so well. Like, why do you need to work? Like, and the reason why is because consistency. Like I like having a schedule. Like I genuinely like having a schedule. It keeps me in check because when I don't work, when I didn't have a job and I was trading 20 hours a day because I had nothing else to do. Like I genuinely had nothing else to do. But now it's like I work, I go to the gym, I go out with my friends, I do whatever. I come home, I give you guys 2 hours out of my day every day on teaching, and then trades like at 24 hours. You guys see, I don't sleep much, so I will give you guys trades all the time, but that's just what I do, right? So it's always good to have a schedule long term. But yeah. yeah exactly, long term. Like I think what the hell, Pepe, you monkey, how did Pepe just drop 3 G's like right now? It's just rude, bro. Like they know like I need the money and they're like, oh, let's just drop. Okay, never mind, it's back up. Okay, let me see. Give me a second, guys. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. We're all on the same page. All right, you little monkey. Okay, let that happen. Buying live NFTs live degenerate. Okay, but yes, it is degenerate, but at the same time, like, you know, if you know about NFTs, you know it's not really that degenerate. Like it is degenerate, but not really that degenerate. You know what I mean? We're all on the same page. Yosin's like, holy. Listen, it's just we're just doing this as a one-time thing. We're never gonna talk about this again. This is just a one-time thing. Everyone on the same page here? Everyone okay? Alright, good. Send. I might have to send. Okay, I see. Give me 1 second. Am I dumb at math? No, I'm good. Okay. I'm good. We're all on the same page. I already have a car. Slayer, I already have a car. Like, I have a Infinity Q60 Red Sport. It's enough for me. I'm happy with it. So it's not like I have like, you know, crazy amount of like risk here. I really don't. It's like I have the car. I'm genuinely happy like we're with everything, and I'm happy like in general, right? So like, but I just think it's like okay, to put it in perspective, guys, like Pingu charts. You guys know, like I've been doing this for what, a year and a half, and I have made 2,400 videos or something crazy like that. I have like it's like I have, you guys have seen, for those Yosin and you guys, like you guys know how hard I worked for you guys. Like I in the beginning, like I was so every day, like guys, I was getting maybe 3 views, 4 views a video. And even for those 3 or 4 people, I continued doing it. I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna continue doing it. I was okay already. Like I knew how to do everything. I knew how to train, whatever. Like I'm fine. I'm vibing. But like for the other people, like, you know what I mean? Like the small guys out there, like everyone messaged me like, hey man, like this guy's charging me like $300 for course. Hey man, this guy. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. Like I'm just gonna make Pingu and I'm just gonna do it for free. Like that's one point. Like it's, for me, it's a big point where I want to like, you know, like I just want to share with you guys. Usually I just do these degenerate things myself. I don't talk about it, right? Because, you know, but like at least this, like we can all, you know, share it together. Like it's like a moment for us. So that's why. Yeah, Infinity's nice. ZL1 GT500. Yeah, GT500 would be nice. It is, yeah, like I said, like, but that's something, that's like a different point in life, right? Like at that point, I would rather buy Pepe, if that makes sense. Like at that point, I'm like, hey, like Pepe would make more of a better investment for me than the GT500, for example, because I think like in terms of risk to reward, it's obviously better. Make sense? Yeah, exactly. So let me see. We're gonna do this live as a family. Budgie penguins. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to see where I put the wallet address because I don't want to be opening up random chats and you guys are like, what the hell are you talking to? Oh no, wait, I think I deleted those chats. Damn it. Okay. Yeah. Listen to him. All right. Cool. So let me just, we're gonna do this live as a family. I'm actually gonna do 2 things because it's awkward because I gotta test something too, which is really awkward. So hold on, give me a second. I'm working on it. Okay, just give me 1 sec here. Paste. 1. I always have to send 1 ETH as a transaction test, and then I can send the rest. Okay, we wait. We're doing this live, my friends. My boy sold his C8 for more crypto. Yeah, exactly. No, I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have an expensive, like, it's not really that expensive of a car. Like, it's realistically, like, it's a normal price car, right? It's not like I have a GTR I'm driving around like, oh my god, guys, you know what I mean? So, yeah, like, it's, that's why I have it. Like, it's still a fun car, but it's not a GTR where it's, like, too much money in a car in terms of excess risk. Like, yes, realistically speaking, this is a GTR, what I'm doing, but at the same time, like it is what it is, you know? Like a GTR is a GTR, but like so is tax. So that's why I'm like, nah. Yeah, should I tell the Telegram? Like, should I maybe do this together with everyone, or do you think it's just, nah, you know, screw it, it's just us. They didn't come, that's on them. It is what it is. We're doing this together as a family. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for the money to come from the wallet. There it is. Okay. Oh, I'm really cutting it close. All right, my friends, here we go. The Icy Penguin. is 49 Ethereum. We click buy. Why is it doing that? Click buy. You guys watch me get liquidated or get hacked right here. The hell? Is this even OpenSea? Give me a second. Gotta make sure I'm doing this right. Imagine. Oh, there goes 100 and whatever. Where's this stupid ass penguin? This ugly ass penguin. Where the hell did he go? Anyone see it? Alright, here he is. 49.48. Okay, little icy boy. Buy now. There's no way my wallet is like lagging out right now. You guys are seeing this, right? We're all on the same page here. We are all on the same page here. Did he remove it or something? Like, I don't understand. Is he watching the video and he's like, oh my god, remove it? There we go. Buy now. Confirm. It is over, my friends. We have officially bought the Panga Pangu Pangi, the Pudgy Pangwan. Your purchase is complete. There it is. New penguin. You cannot accept anything for a recent transfer. There we go. It's official, my friends. I now own this ugly... I'm kidding, not ugly. It's the most beautiful penguin that we're gonna love forever. It's our penguin. It's our family penguin. Literally. Yeah, now I gotta figure out how to transfer it to my cold wallet. So that's gonna be a whole different situation. But yeah, it's wow, yeah, it's a moment for all of us to enjoy. Yeah, so I'm signing the Telegram in a second, but special little guy. Okay, I think I sent too much though, so now I gotta figure out. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do a quick little thing here. How the bro? These guys need to chill. 1.25 is crazy. Yeah, I don't really want to do it like this, but what I'm trying to do right now is like I'm trying to send a test NFT to my cold wallet, and then this way like I can send the main NFT. So you know what I'm saying, like it's a cold wallet. I don't want to send the 130 grand penguin first and then it gets lost. So I have to buy another NFT now, but like I don't want to buy something that's like garbage. This is a situation I'm in, so bear with me. Do we like this? Anyone like this? Is he cute? Quick, yes or no? No, I'm not buying another one. I'm just buying. I have to do a test transaction. So like what that means is like I have to send a test NFT. So no, he cute. No, okay. Guys, I'm not gonna spend a lot, okay? We just spent enough. Like I'm just trying to just a real quick, like just a quick little, just a stupid little penguin, bro. Do we like this one? Do we like the... I don't even know what that is, but do we like him? He looks pretty cool. What does he have? He has a spoon. That's gold. We doing this? First one's better. First one's better. We doing the first one? My friends? First one? Okay, first one it is. We're doing the first one. Okay, let's see. Alright, Pudgy. Now we go to NFT, receive. Oh, okay, that's cool. It's the same address. Bear with me, my friends. Let's see how this works. Okay, so then I go to my profile, and there's the little Pudgy. And then we send it, and we send it here. Transfer. Confirm. So we send that little rat. Okay. Now we go to the wallet. And we wait. Don't see anything. So just give me a second, guys. See, I don't understand how this works. This little wallet works. That's why we do a test transaction first. See? Everyone on the same page now? Oh, wait, I see it. Oh, he's in here. He made it. Okay, now we do the big one. I'm scared. Okay, here we go. We gotta do the big one now. Oops. Okay. Whatever, fuck it, who cares? YOLO. There he goes. Goodbye, my friend. Yeah, I sent it to my cold wallet because I gotta send it to my cold wallet because what's it called? So many cringy things in here. Yeah, I got it's just safer, right? I don't want to keep it in an online wallet. Because yeah, like it's just too risky. So yeah, exactly. So you always want to keep it on a cold storage wallet. You don't want to keep it on a hot online wallet because there's a lot of times when people will keep this on an online wallet and then they end up getting absolutely wrecked. So that's why I usually suggest people not doing it like that. So that's okay. So that's my extra. So I gotta send it back. So it made it. Thanks for the confirmation. I don't see it on mine yet. I don't know if I'm using SafePal, so it's like a whole different situation wallet. Oh, I got it. Cool. There it is. Pudgy Penguin. Hey, boys! Alright. There it is. That's our little Pudgy. SafePal. So I'll quickly send it, and then we'll call it a day, because we have to go to the chat, and they're probably wondering where the hell I am. So this is a crypto wallet that I use. SafePal is backed by Binance. It's like a little calculator. So I would highly recommend you guys actually doing the due diligence and researching safe wallets and not having, online wallets, because I've never in 7 years gotten hacked before, but I'm not willing to take that risk now. So I bought this one, the X1. It's not expensive. It's cheaper than Ledger, and Ledger's had too many hacks recently. So it's $69. I think with duties and taxes came up to like $80, so it's not horrible. So literally it's like a little calculator, and then you just literally, you can still view your balances on your phone, send one or the other, and you call it a day. You see what I'm saying? No, I just said Ledger. Be careful about Ledger. So yeah. So bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. Give me a second. Okay, cool. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. It was kind of everywhere, I know, I'm sorry. But thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for, doing it with me. It was fun. I'll send in the Telegram in a second, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys. Enjoy your days. Enjoy your lives. I will see you guys next Monday, and hopefully the market's actually picking up so we can actually talk about real stuff. So, bye-bye. Ta-ta. Farewell.